Okay, imagine trying to write the screen adaptation of a book series whose author is so controversial that they've been banned by libraries, removed from school syllabi, yes, I said syllabi, blacklisted by the BBC and polarised audiences and critics alike from the very start. You're not going anywhere near that material, even with the longest and bargiest of barge poles, right? Now, imagine trying to write the screen adaptation of a book series whose author is one of the most popular and beloved of all time, having sold more than 600 million copies worldwide since the 1930s and been translated in over 90 different languages. Box office gold, am I right? Now, imagine that those two authors are, wait for it, one and the same person. Mind blown. Okay, you don't need to imagine anymore because they literally are the same person, and that person is Enid Blyton. Love her or loathe her, Blyton has been at the centre of the literary conversation for the best part of a century, with her books still selling in their hundreds of thousands every year. And with evergreen series like Noddy, Famous Five, Secret Seven and Mallory Towers still ever present on 21st century bookshelves, it's clear that Enid Blyton is here to stay. So when it comes to adapting one of the world's most divisive authors' best-loved works, the Faraway Tree series, it's clear that a special kind of nuanced genius is required to distill the magic that's been captivating readers for generations and bring all its most beloved and fantastical elements to the big screen. Step forward, hirsute hotshot and one of my personal heroes, Simon Farnaby. Those of you who know him will invariably already love him. For the uninitiated, prepare to meet your new favourite creative genius. If you've had the pleasure of watching Paddington 2, Phantom of the Open or Wonka, you'll already be familiar with his sparklingly hilarious screenplays. And his work on the small screen is just as effervescent, writing and or starring in such cherished series as Horrible Histories, Ghosts and, well, my personal favourite, Detectorists. Now, my boy's turning his pen to the Magic Faraway Tree, and I, for one, can't wait. Billed as a fantasy adventure, the sumptuous trailer footage already hints at lavish landscapes, kooky characters, and big dollops of humour, all Farnaby hallmarks. Think Paddington set in Oz, and you'll be getting somewhere near the fun and fantastical family vibes. Okay, before this turns purely into a Simon Farnaby stan account, it's only fair to mention that beyond the creative magic he's sure to sprinkle liberally over the project, the source material is already packed full of more enchantment and wonder than you'd find inside a magician's hat. The original Magic Faraway Tree series centres on, well, you guessed it, a tree that is both magical and, to begin with at least, undeniably quite far away from protagonists Beth, Fran and Joe. The young siblings soon find themselves a lot closer to said tree, however, when they're forced to put down new roots and move to the countryside, where they soon discover the unbelievable fact that the magic tree is in fact magic. After all, I'll stop the tree puns now. Not only that, but it's inhabited by an assortment of weird and wonderful characters, namely Moonface, Silky, the Saucepan Man, Dame Washalot, Mr. What's-His-Name, and the Angry Pixie, who may sound like the kind of undesirables you'd try your best to avoid on a stag do, but actually turn out to be a motley crew of magical beings full of adventure and mischief. And if that wasn't enough magic for you, here's the prestige. At the very top of the tree is a ladder that leads to a different magical world each time you climb it. Some are a bit ropey, but some are downright joyous. Who wouldn't want to visit the land of goodies, the land of take what you want, and the land of do as you please? And if all of that wasn't enough to wet your whistle, the cast is stacked full of more stellar British talent than you can shake a BAFTA at. The children's parents, Polly and Tim, are played by Hollywood powerhouses Claire Foy and Andrew Garfield, while there's also room to squeeze in the reliably excellent Nicola Coughlan, Nonso and Nosy, Jessica Gunning, Mark Heap, Lenny Henry, Michael Palin, Simon Russell Beale and Jennifer Saunders. And I think I may have hinted earlier that I'm something of a casual fan of his oeuvre. Simon Farnaby only goes and makes an appearance in the film too, along with his wife, the brilliant Claire Keelan. What more could you possibly want? Having been in development since 2014, or in other words, since before a large chunk of the target audience were even born, There's been plenty of time to do the original stories justice, but in truth, fans of the book have been waiting close to 90 years to see these tales of fairies and faraway trees finally brought to the big screen. Now, thanks to a dollop of movie magic, the wait is almost over. The Magic Faraway Tree takes root in cinemas from March 27th and is sure to be a firm family favourite with children both young and old.